All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe MMA show. My name is Joe, and I've got a question for you guys. I said I was gonna make a little quick video on the Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley fight. I'm not gonna break down too much of the. I mean, I guess really what was there to break down? There's a lot of kind of punching, fucking, and holding right afterwards. It was kind of a pretty shitty fight. I didn't even watch all of it. I certainly was not going to spend money on that. I could not imagine doing that. But I had the little Russian link, and dude, I was staying up super late to try to watch it. I had set up to like fucking 5 in the morning the night before with my brother. So I was kind of hungover the whole next day and sleepy already. So I'm trying to stay up to like, I think 11 or some shit when it finally came on. And I got through, I think, the first 2 or 3 rounds watching it on my phone before I just fucking passed out. So I woke up the next morning, my phone was dead. I didn't know what happened. And when I charged it up, all I'm seeing, like, it wasn't even like I didn't have to like look up Jake Paul. I knew that based on the result of it, I would see a lot of it on my timeline, just because that's A, it's a super popular dude, and B, that's the majority of who I follow is gonna cover any kind of combat sports shit. And then, dude, literally every post was just Tyron Woodley getting shot in the fucking head with dude. It comes to a point, and I even got this question earlier when I was talking about how I was uploading the video before and I was going to make this video, and somebody was like, hey man, what do you think about Jake Paul? Like, is the guy legit? Is he a douche, or they said valid. Valid was their word. And I said, I guess that kind of depends on what your definition of valid is. You know what I'm saying? Like, valid as in like he can like punch someone hard enough in the head to knock him out. Like, he's definitely valid. Valid as in he's a professional fighter, and he's, I know a lot of guys get mad even calling him that, but at the end of the day, man, that's what the dude is. He's having pro fights. Not much really differs, honestly, between a pro fight and an amateur fight. Like, a couple rule changes, but it's like a lot of people don't know. You can just be a pro. You don't have to, like, there's no rule where like you have to fight 100 amateur boxing fights before you can ever do one pro. So somebody being a pro boxer does not necessarily, it's not like equivalent to like a level of skill per se. It's just like you're professional, you're being paid for this. There's contracts. So yeah, but he's a pro boxer. Like, I mean, valid in terms of validity, like, yeah, he's not lying about that. But I mean, is he gonna beat anybody of any real, I mean, I was gonna say, is he gonna beat anybody of name in his weight division? But dude, Tyron Woodley, wrestler or not punched anybody really much in his last 6 fights or not. Like, all those things being true, and he's smaller than Jake. Dude, Tyron Woodley, just look up, if you don't know, if you're new to it, man, look up Tyron Woodley versus Josh Koscheck. Like, regardless, I remember whenever, and we've got to start kind of giving him some respect to a degree, because, man, Tyron Woodley, all those things being true, is not a fucking bitch. Tyron Woodley's not even close to being a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I see a lot of people still talking shit about Jake Paul, calling him a pussy, and they should know goddamn really well that they would not do to Tyron Woodley what Jake Paul did to Tyron Woodley. And it, honestly, I'm still fucking flabbergasted that he did. It should kind of make sense. Jake Paul's a young dude. He's been training for a couple years of this boxing thing now. He's athletic. He's got enough money to really get a good team behind him. So it makes sense that he's good at boxing, but still, like, the fact that he was just like this little rich kid Disney fuck rapping about goddamn every day, bro. It's just weird that on the earth, like in the real universe that we live in, that kid punched Tyron Woodley in his head so thunderously hard. And honestly, here's the whole reason that I'm even making this video. And it's because whenever I saw the video of him getting knocked out, I started seeing comments about people saying, this shit's rigged. People were posting the video of Michael B. Jordan when he like fake got knocked out, and they were like, look familiar. And so I thought people were kind of trolling, and I thought, like, there's always like a couple dummies that like will like say that a fight's fake, and like you see that shit happen a lot when like Mayweather and Pacquiao fought. Like, like you see people jump in and like boxing experts that like they're only watching because it's like a Jake Paul, like, so like it's a big name. So I saw a lot of people, and I started thinking, like, man, it's just a couple people. Dude, I commented on one of those posts, and I was like, nah, Tyron Woodley was for sure snoozing. Like, he was asleep. Like, this is it's a bit of a reach. I wasn't like a dick about it, but I was like, this isn't it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. Tyron was all the way into the shadow realm. You know what I'm saying? Permanent resident. And dude, I was mauled with fucking comments. I don't know shit about fighting. I only thought it was real because Jake Paul was white. I guess I'm racist, so I wanted that to be. I must be like a real big Jake Paul fan, and I just came over and like I just support whatever he's doing. Dude, here's the thing. Okay, look, first of all, there's some people that were saying that he was not asleep, that he faked the sleep. That's fucking so stupid, dude. Listen to the sound of the punch, bro. It sounded like he dropped a fucking 30-pound kettlebell on a rug, dude. It was a thud. It was a different kind of punch. It was a thumping shot right to the temple. And then, dude, as soon as it happened, Tyron's arms go limp, and he just falls forward. It's so against your human instinct. And I guess like anyone can be like, yeah, you fucking can make yourself fall on your face. Sure, you can do that. It's so unrealistic to think that Tyron would just have fallen on his face and just ate the blow. He broke the fall with his nose. You know what I'm saying? That's not what you do, all right? That's something that's what you do when you're fucking unconscious. So it should be pretty well removed. Like the sweat exploded off this dude's head like a goddamn liquid firework, and then he just, bam, out. You know what I'm saying? So remove the idea that he was not, that the punch was fake or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Get that out. The second thing that I saw a lot of guys saying was that, oh, he signaled him. He signaled him because right before it, they're like, why would Tyron drop his hands and let him punch him? And I'm like, why would anyone do anything? It's a fucking sport. Why would someone ever let LeBron dunk his fucking nuts on their head and slam that shit in the hoop over them? They don't wanna, but he did something to make them think it wasn't gonna happen, and then he did something that made them realize it did happen. That's what the fuck sports is. That's what life is. Like, what do you... and here's the thing, like, these weren't even kids. These are like a grown men, like 30-year-old. Like, you've lived how much of your life not understanding, like, what the fuck, like, decision-making is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a fundamental part of people. I don't know. So, they were getting heated with me, too, dude. They were really coming for my fucking neck. So, they said, oh, well, why would he have dropped his hands? Well, it's probably because Jake feinted a fucking jab at his body, and Tyron did this because it's human instinct to not want to get hit. So you're like, oh, he's going to punch my body. Don't punch my body. That's you. You're like, oh, don't punch my... That's what you do. And you drop your hands. So then Jake's like, okay, now I know that when I do this, his hands go down. So if I want his hands to go down, I should do this. And then after I do this and his hands go down, if I throw this fucking... Apparently, oddly enough, I've got a bomb. I'm Jake Paul, and for whatever reason, I'm kind of a weird Disney pussy rich kid, but I hit like a fucking tank, kinda. So I'm gonna feint the jab. Tyron drops his hands. I'm gonna throw the right over the top, and I'm gonna crack him in his shit. I don't know. I mean, I feel like an asshole because I'm explaining this to you guys, and you guys are like, I get it. That's what the fuck it is. But these guys were not getting it, and I feel like there's a lot more of them than I previously thought, and I'm hoping some of them watch this video, and I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what age you were when your parents told you had a learning disability, and I don't know how you've coped with that, but it shouldn't be just calling people racists on Instagram because they think that a video... Here's another thing they kept saying. They're like, yeah, dude, did you not see Jake shake his wrist? That was the signal. Jake did this. And I'm like, you mean he moved his fucking hand around? And it's just like, bro, do you know how much a boxer's fucking hand moves in a fight? Like, that would be the shittiest signal. If he would have done something weird, like stomped his feet a couple times, or like banged his chest, and then Tyron like dropped his hands and Jake punched it, like I'd be like, I guess, you know, but like that's just not... Like, boxers are constantly moving their hands. It's not rock'em sock'em robots where the guys are just out there in fixed positions and the only time the hand moves is to throw a punch and then return back. No, dude, you're fucking... It's misdirection. It's timing. It's getting your own rhythm down. It's throwing your opponent off. It's defending different parts of your body. You know what I'm saying? If you stand here, I don't know. I'm being an asshole because you guys hopefully get it. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, that is what it is. If you felt like it looked fake, I'm not trying to call you a dumbass, but just know that that's why. That's why his wrist twitched. He's just moving his hand. You know what I'm saying? It also, I don't know if they're talking about the actual feint. They're like, when he fucking did. That's what the feint is. That's the whole point of throwing a little fake punch, is to make someone drop their hands. So, look, man, I guess my point here is, if you were looking up this video, the title was it fake? No, it's not. It's not. And if like you came here to like defend something, do it. I don't know. I honestly went back and forth more than I should have earlier on Instagram, and I kind of like was able to realize something about myself. I was like, look, I cannot goddamn keep getting tied up in this bullshit because they won't learn. So I just wanted to put this out here. Just for you guys, if you've had a couple questions, if you think there might be a conspiracy on the loose, just trust me. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know what Tyron did to deserve this, but he's 0-6 in his last 6, and Jake Paul 4-reel, 5-reel knocked him the fuck out. So if you guys got a problem with it, if you think I'm wrong, let me know in the comments why I'm racist and I don't know about boxing. Just let me know that. Yeah, y'all have a good one, man. Take it easy.